to Cook With Me, episode 10. We are making hot cross buns. It's that time of the year where we make hot cross buns. I'm going to measure 100 gram of butter and melt it and let it cool while I do that. We are now going to measure 4 cups of bread flour. Any bread product, guys, use bread flour. The gluten on it is very strong. And then 10 grams of yeast. I poured it, or I added it straight onto the flour. Mix it in, making sure that everything there, the yeast and the flour, is all combined. And then 1.5 teaspoon of allspice, 1 teaspoon of cinnamon, 1 teaspoon of salt. I will write the recipe in the description method, the ingredients, not the recipe, the ingredients. You'll check how to make it, the method on here, but the ingredients I will write it on the description box. And I also added half a cup of baker's mix, which is plus or minus 50 gram type of a thing, because 100 gram gives me 1 cup. So I added half a cup of baker's mix. Set it aside. Those are the dry ingredients. We mixed the 4 cups of flour, 1.5 teaspoon of allspice, 1 teaspoon cinnamon, 1 teaspoon salt, 10 gram of yeast. Mixed that together with the baker's mix and set it aside. We are now mixing the liquids. We are now going to add the liquids, which will start by beating the eggs and adding the eggs onto the sugar, or you add the sugar to the eggs. It's up to you. But my sugar, the bowl that I had put sugar in, it was bigger than the one that I had put my eggs in. And my eggs, it was 3 eggs. I added 3 eggs onto this recipe, and open a well in the middle so that you can add everything together. I've seen people mixing the dough and everything, and then they add butter, and then once they added butter, then they come and add the baker's mix. I don't know how to do that. I don't like it that way. To me, it just feels like, it just looks like you're just complicating things. So I just added the sugar and eggs mixture. I'm now adding the melted butter. This is 100-gram butter. I melted it and I am stirring that, and I'm also adding half a cup milk and half a cup water. Mix them together, and then going to add water. Is important sometimes when baking. It brings that moisture onto your product. I know some people will say, but why water? I don't know. Oof, guys, I think I'm coming down to flu. Life is starting to happen, and I'm refusing. Life will not hold me down. We will do these 20 episodes together. And is it not nice that we are halfway through? This is my 10th video of Cook With Me. I started out halfway through, guys. I feel proud. I feel proud, yes. And mix everything together. I think you will need to add a little bit more water. Don't add milk. Maybe add about 50 mils of water more, just to make sure that everything just come together nicely. Transfer your dough onto the surface. Make sure that they are clean. Wipe them first before you start kneading. You are going to knead this plus or minus 7 to 10 minutes, up until it is no longer sticking to your hands or sticking to the table, or to the surface. Then you know that it's ready. Once it stops doing that, you can see when I'm kneading this, it's still sticking to the counter surface. We are going to knead it up until it does not stick, and then put it in a bowl, cover it with a dishcloth or a plastic or whatever, and then let it rise for 1 hour 30 minutes. my dough is ready to be shaped. I just buttered my pan. I'm not going to do the baking sheet on the hot cross bun. I'm just going to butter it. Then I'm going to knead it a little bit just to punch out the bubbles or the fermentation out of it, turn into a bowl and then divide it into equal parts, which I am going to now be putting onto the pan, and we will let that rest for another 1 hour, 1 hour 30 minutes, because this is a sweet dough. It takes a while for it to prove or to rise up until it has doubled in size. It's not the same as the dough that you're just doing, you know, that is plain. It's not a plain dough. Enriched dough tends to take longer, So I've also realized that um the rolls of 8 was too big. So but again, if you divide it even more to make it 16, they are too small. So I just made sure that I shape it in a way that when I turn it into a bowl or whatever, how it feels on my hand. I've got a small hands. So I was using my hands as a measure to how I want it. These are still big, but I went on later on to reduce them a little bit so that they can look the way I want them and somewhat uniform. This is how they look after they've been shaped. I'm going to let them rest for at least 1 hour 30 minutes. I ended up letting them sit for 2 hours, and this is how they look. And then we are going to mix the mixture of flour and water to make the white thing to put on the Chelsea bun. Fun fact, I had forgotten that I don't have piping bag. It was a struggle using a Ziploc bag to do this, but at least it wasn't so bad. I forgot. I don't know if I threw them out. I felt like they were too old or whatever, but I remember throwing them out and thinking I'll buy new ones, and I baked them at 180 to 190 degrees. And then I did check in between and felt that they were turning brown too quickly, so I covered them with a pan to further cook without turning more browner than this. And this is how they look. They taste delicious. They are yummy. I know some people put apricot jam onto this, or they put simple syrup, just water and sugar, on top and brush it. But I prefer butter. I don't know why. I prefer butter, and I also eat them with butter. So this is how they look. This is how they came. It was 20 rolls from 2 batches though. The other batch, the other dough, I made it with TikTok it wasn't for this, but I put them in one pan. So basically, um 4 cups will give you 12 rolls. Yes, so this is how they look. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you on my next upload.